Welcome back to another episode of This Needs to Be Addressed. It's been a while. I'm Mwest with my co-host Nug, and today we're talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, if you've been paying attention to most platforms on YouTube, streaming platforms, everywhere when the PlayStation 5 Pro was announced, everyone was upset at the price point. But I have a slightly different perspective. I'm okay with it. And so today we want to talk about it here. I want to discuss it with Nug. I've been dying to discuss it with him. He's more of a PlayStation fan. I'm an Xbot 100%. But this is the first Sony product, or maybe second since the Elite controller that they have, that I'm okay with. And I want to get into it a little bit deeper. But Nug, what are your initial thoughts when you heard about the PlayStation 5 Pro?
PS5 Pro is an absolute scam. It's a travesty. I think that we shouldn't have this product whatsoever. The PS5 has barely been pushed to the brink of what the hardware can do, and now we're seeing that we're already pushing up a Pro down our throats, you know. And I don't want that. I neglect it. I refute it, you know. And the people say the same, because as of right now, when we're recording this video in September of 2024, the PS5 Pro is still available on the Sony website. So obviously, the people have spoken.
So I'm coming at it from a technical standpoint where I believe that the GPU in the PlayStation and Xbox, they've been able to tweak it and manipulate it to where it's running as good as it can, but it's a few generations behind. And the PlayStation Pro, its intent is to bring up the GPU while keeping the CPU at its core, and then you're supposed to get about 40 to 60% in performance, right? That's going to allow games to run. Come on, so like you either have to take a hit in quality to get performance, or you do quality and you have less performance. And so we're seeing games that are supposed to run at 4K 60, which we've been promised all this time, and none of the games can even run at that level. They're always struggling. It's not market
it sounds
speak.
like Charlie Brown. Buzzword.
It's not
word porn.
It's not buzzwords. It's okay. I haven't seen it. There's a handful of games that can do it.
You're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what that the GPU is outdated.
Outdated.
I'm saying to you that I understand, before you jump in the comments, I understand that whenever you buy tech, it is essentially outdated. We know that. But the problem that I'm having is none of the games that we have gotten make this tech seem outdated. We haven't had a single game come out to where it's like, oh, this game, Wukong, okay.
Most games can't even run it.
But most PCs were struggling to run Wukong, though.
Destiny is one of the only games to run at 4K 60. None of the other games can actually hit that. They struggle to do that, and that's like heavily optimized. 4K or 120?
That's not my problem. That's just not my problem.
That's all the hoops and loops you have to jump through to get there. That's the thing.
Well, this is why I say it's not my problem.
Mm-hmm.
They sold us a PS5 that not
Here we
only
go.
had 4K,
You better not say it. Don't say it. I'm out.
8K on the box.
I know he was gonna go there.
They sold us a PS5 that had 4K and 8K on the box. If I still have my box, I go grab it, but I threw it away. I'm gonna find it on Google. These PS5s say 4K and 8K on the box, and now you're telling me that they're struggling to run 4K 60. So instead of giving me the product that I paid for, I got to go pay for a Pro version. What is this, iPhone? Apple? Steve Jobs? What's going on? What is this?
I knew he was gonna do that.
You're okay with it?
Look, I want to tell you, because of Nug, they've officially removed 8K from the box. They saw this podcast and so
I know they did, because nobody called them out on their shit. If those of you who had a PS5 early 2020 or whenever they came out, holiday 2020, drop it in the comments. Your box should say 8K on it. We never got that, and they said, you know what? In order to get 4K, we're gonna have to make you buy a Pro version. Get the hell out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro.
Okay.
No, I'm not jacking that. Nope,
so here's where how I'm going to come at it, right? So I'm not going to just go out and just buy a PlayStation Pro. I want to use whatever I can from my PlayStation 5 that I have here, trade it in. If it's $325 and I get the Pro version, and then when Grand Theft Auto comes out, maybe that's the best place to play it, and not Xbox. And Grand Theft Auto won't be on PC for a long time, so I want whatever machine is the strongest to play it. It is what it is for me.
I get that. The issue again.
Hmm.
You're just crapping on everybody who bought your product for the first 4 years. You dropped the PS5 in 2020. I gave them 20. I'm the quote unquote Sony pony of the group. I gave them 2020 because of COVID, so I didn't bash them from 2020, even though they gave us some good games. I
Hmm.
gave them 2021 because of COVID. Hey, let's not be too hard of them. 2022 was like, all right, we started to see a little bit of games. 2023, some called the greatest year of gaming in the last couple of decades. We had a ton of games coming out. And now in 2024, so what, 4 years? In 4 years, we're already at a pro, but out of those 4 years, two of them we said we couldn't really do what we wanted to do because of COVID. So for the first 2.5 years of the life cycle, we were making games on the 4 and the 5. It wasn't until 2023 we started making games only for the 5. So after 1.5, 2 years of making games solely for the 5, we're on to the pro. I'm out. I'm out.
What is
Take
it
me out the
called?
group chat.
What is it
Take me out the
called?
group chat.
What's it called when you debate, but you use like a parallel thing to kind of prove a point, but you shouldn't use it? So like my example of how to like counter Nug is like he bought the PSVR 2, right? So he bought
Oh my God.
a
Start
product
there.
that they had part one, they stopped supporting it, and then they came out with a part two almost so fast.
I'm not.
So
I'm out. I'm out.
so
I'm not
we all
doing this
make
with you.
mistakes with tech, but I think
Oh, stop.
the PS5 Pro is going to be worth it, and there's going to be a lot of people that rush out and buy it once it comes out. And the GPU, from what I've been researching,
Dash.
is up to par with the current GPUs that are out right now, and that can actually run 4K. And PCs are even struggling to do this stuff.
Can I interject? Okay.
Go.
Your first point. Yeah. What was that first point? Your first
PSVR.
point was no. You said
The GPUs?
crap. You said they're up to par with the current GPUs, right?
Uh-huh.
The current GPUs are about to be outdated. Nvidia is rumored to have a new series, 50 series of GPU come out at CES in this upcoming January.
Well, they're
So those
AMD. So their PlayStation uses like some special AMD GPU. So I don't know how they stack up to Nvidia's to tell you exactly what it's supposed to be, but it's more current. But the GPUs and consoles are always really far behind, 3-4 generations behind, and then they tune them to run as good as they do right now.
And you brought up that people were going to buy them regardless, right? Isn't that what you just said? They're up right now. The 30th anniversary stuff sold out before the Pro. The 30th anniversary, the stuff that was in the PS1 colorway sold out. Meanwhile, this $700 console, as of right now, I can click checkout. It's in my cart. Sony's website, not even sold out.
All right.
People are tired, man. This is a tough economy, and you want us to pay for this product that's a luxury.
You're right. I think it's a luxury. No one's saying that you have to get it. And then PlayStation 6 is around the corner. This is a mid generation. Okay. Let me say this, right. While I think the PS5 Pro is okay, it's missing a lot of pro features. It's missing a stand. It's missing a disk drive, and you call it a Pro. And those are two painful reminders. Like, what are y'all even doing? What else is it missing?
Let's talk about Pro.
Okay.
What is Pro about this? The fact that they can get 4K 60? And then they actually, Sony right now, guys, if you think I'm lying, look it up. Sony did the thing where they're like, hey, we're going to enhance your current games, and you can go and see the enhancement for The Last of Us, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, what else they got? Ratchet and Clank, games that they have enhanced. And I'm like, I don't want to pay $700 for an enhancement. Now, if you, like you said, GTA 6, if it can only run on there, okay, I'll buy it. I'll spend that for GTA. But like for PS4 Pro, the big thing was that it was 4K, where the regular PS4 was 1080. That makes sense. This is a little bit better 4K than what you already got. Man, no.
I want to add something else, and then in order to get all of this like 4K goodness, like 4K at 120, you got to have the monitors, the cables, and the system. You need a lot of different things to be able to stack up. So a lot of people talk about 4K online, and a lot of us don't even have monitors and all the bits and pieces that it takes to kind of get there. So
we haven't even.
it's a very low it really applies to like a very niche group of like tech folks that really like that. So I'm in that area where I have two 4K monitors, right? So the bottom one is 120, the top one is 60, and I want something that can reach and hit those those refresh rates, 120 or 144. I'd love to see a console be able to do that. And so like I'm in the pro market, I'd like to have it. So if my budget will allow it, I'm going to trade in my PS5 and I'm going to get it. But again, I don't think it's for everybody. And Nug made a lot of valid points, but I'm in favor of it. So one pro.
Okay. If you made it to this point of the video, you know, put a Nug was right or West was right down below, man, because I want to know what y'all think. Are y'all on the side of we need this thing? Are you going to spend that $700? Or are you on the side of the people? I'm for the people. You know, power to the players, like an old company that went out of business used to say. You know, so let me know what y'all think.
Remind y'all, he's the same player that bought a PSVR 2.
All right, I'm not going to get into the VR2 with you because we'll be here all day, but the VR2 didn't get its due justice. Okay, the VR2 was dealt a bad hand, and we'll just add that to the next episode because you're trying to bait me because you know what you're doing. So I'm gonna leave that where it's at.
Well, this has been addressed. Like Nug said, leave your comments below, and I think this was a fun discussion. Until next time, folks, we out. Peace.